So, I am not a... I'm a hot food. So, I'm not a... I haven't been doing tarot for a very long time. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I guess I've always been scared of it. I've always heard, thought that, which may be true, I don't know, that, things could come in through the cards or whatever, this and that. I mean, those things are possible, I guess, but the reason I started looking into this is because there's just been so many lies in the world, lies, with people I know. Although I haven't done readings on people I know and things like that because I don't know, I just, it feels awkward to do that. But, like questions, I have so many questions about the world, and I know I've come to know that tarot is like these things are tools to basically connect to your... I'm trying to connect to myself, ask myself questions, and I know, like, I've learned that I have an energetic field, that I'm connected to things. I've always been telepathic, I guess. I have my favorite grandmother. She was always, kind of like knowing when your child is sick and things like that. You just know. That's kind of, telepathic. And or you just know when you have a bad feeling about something. Like, how do you know that? Like, that kind of stuff I've always had, my whole life. I've always been interested in, like, symbols. I've always liked geometric shapes, stars. I've always drawn them. I've always, like, looked into the meaning of that kind of stuff. I would spend hours and hours in back in whenever I was younger. I didn't have the internet, so I would love, my favorite place to go was the library, and I would just spend, hours there, and I never wanted to leave, and I could just pick up a book on anything and just read. Although, where I grew up, it was always like, why are you reading a book? What are you going to do with that? That kind of thing. But still, I know a lot of symbols and things like that. I've even growing up, I've always liked the dictionary too. Liked finding the meanings of words and things like that. And I do know, like, I speak different languages too. So, I speak different languages. I know different, I guess, dialects, and I have so many different things that I've gone into in my life that I know about, like electronics and waveforms, physics, mechanics, some military stuff too, and what else? I know, like, so many things that I know. I've done many different crafts. So, but this is the way to get in touch with myself. I know, like, there's been issues with manipulation of this lie and that lie and blah blah blah, and I basically don't believe anything that anyone says anymore at all. I only believe myself. That's it. So this is why I'm doing this, for me, because I want to know for myself, and also from I don't know if it's a higher self. I'm still trying to figure these things out myself. So I don't know if it's a higher self, or if it's, you know, part of the energetic field. I know there's creator. I know I'm close to the creator, but the creator, you know, has different names, and different viewpoints. Like, my viewpoint on the creator is, I just can't, I don't know, I can't explain. I can't explain what they, she, I'll call my creator a she. She, although I grew up, you know, thinking it was a he, Jewish, you know, kind of Jewish, Catholic. That's the way I was, what I grew up with, because I really didn't. It was me searching. I searched for many things. I looked around. So yeah, you know, everybody calls it something different depending on their viewpoint. So I have my viewpoint on it. I can't explain it, and it wouldn't make, you know, sense. It's the true source, the real true source, creator, the divine creatorness. So, but yeah, just like looking for answers, and these tools, this is what I'm using, these tools to talk to myself, my intuition, trying to figure out, like a confirmation for my intuition. I have a feeling about things, but I don't know if it's true, and there's really like no testing tool available that I could find. You know, like there's no meter. I haven't found like a meter to say, yeah, this is true from your higher self or from your body, or no. I mean, I have like a feeling or intuition, but I know, I mean, there's been things with, you know, blockages of signals, and I know, like, you know, I mean, that's kind of, you know, like weaponry, you know, where they send signals to your brain or something like that. And I felt like that sometimes, or it could be like even something in the food. You eat something and then you don't feel right, or, you know, if you've ever drank tequila or something, and like it makes you, some people very angry drunks, you know, with tequila, and some other people drink something else. And I don't drink anymore. I mean, I used to drink, but I don't drink that anymore. I just, and certain foods, I'm very sensitive. You know, as I've been trying to figure out about myself, you know, I started by like, oh, you know, I ate this thing and then my stomach got sick, and, you know, trying to figure out what things were in my body. So yeah, this is for me, it's just a tool to communicate, to figure out, you know, because things have been manipulated, to talk to myself, get answers from the world, instead of reading a book, you know, to find an answer, because that person was somebody who was seeking an answer. I'm just gonna connect with myself, you know, my energetic field, which is supposedly, you know, expands pretty far, to figure out answers, because who's gonna know better than me? I mean, if somebody, you know, if somebody wrote a book, or, you know, or did anything, they have their own biases, right? So I'm just gonna go with, you know, I'm trying to figure out what me has to say to me, because this is just the best source, and it's my connection with the creatorness. So why am I gonna go somewhere else? You know, and I could ask whatever I want to ask in the way I want to ask it. And, you know, been learning these tarot cards. I've been trying to memorize like the meanings of what it means. But and the numbers, I you know, I always have been into numbers since I was a little kid. Also into different things. They call it divination, but it's more like, you know, the way I grew up about this divination, it was like more about looking into the future and things, which it can. I mean, it can give you like you know, but it can give you the future, right? Yes, it can give you, but the thing is that everything's always changing, right? So as soon as it gives you an answer, then about the future, then everything's already changed. And some people even, you know, look to things into the future, for the purpose of changing the future. you know. So, if there's the the energetic field, and everybody can tap into it, or whoever can. So everybody can tap into that, unless you've been blocked by signals and stuff or whatever, or your pineal gland or something. But everybody can tap into the same thing, or depending on your capabilities. So everybody could see the same thing, and then they can go ahead and change it or manipulate it in some ways. So that's the thing about that using these cards for for looking into the future. And it's nothing is written in stone anyway, so you could see the future a little bit, but it's ever changing. You can maybe figure out there's a possibility that somebody's gonna break into your house, so then you're aware, and you could lock your doors or whatever, or do whatever you need to do, or there might be there might be some flooding, and things, the cards will give you this, but there's also astrology, the way the tides of the ocean or something change with the moon cycles or something like that, or these different bodies, these planets affect us, because we're all kind of living here together, and everything affects everything. It really does. So if the cycle of the sun, then you can kind of predict certain things, like, oh, today's a good day for planting these seeds, because it's going to be sunny for the next few months. But if I wait 8 months from now, because of the sun or something, then it's going to be most of the days are going to be mostly dark, so it probably wouldn't be a good day to plant seeds. So these are just kind of tools for living a life, for me is living my own life, and seeing if anything is manipulating my life, basically, or what I need to know, but or what kind of seeking for me. And I think everybody has these capabilities. This stuff used to spook me out for a long time. That's why I haven't done it for a very long time. But I do know the the symbols and stuff. I've always been into that, and numbers. So even though I'm still learning the cards, the King of Cups, what that means and stuff, and I've been kind of looking into it more also, to see that a king isn't always a man, right? It could be it's the male and female aspect of it, that maybe in the old days a king usually was a male, had a penis. So, but it doesn't. It's more about the energy. So, a male energy, I guess, is an action taker. A doer. Because traditionally, males are well, it's true that males are physically stronger than females. Physically stronger in the sense of picking up heavy things and heavy objects, and they're taller, so they can reach higher up on grab something on a higher shelf or whatever. But females have their own strengths. We live longer. We can go through huge amounts of suffering and pain, and I definitely have. So, but the whole I've been looking into the whole aspect of a king is just anything that would be considered male, like a king. It's basically an action taker. You're physically doing something. You're chopping wood, whatever. If it's a female card, like a queen or a princess or something, that's mostly a creator, a creation, which is why I believe the creator is a female. Creation is you think of it in your mind, you're imagining things, you're envisioning. So, and that's how creation happens. You have you start with the female aspect. You're imagining things, you're daydreaming, you're thinking of that beautiful house or that beautiful garden. You're planning things out. And it takes time to do that. Like you need to have time to daydream and plan things out and connect to towards divine creativeness to get ideas and stuff, or connect to the field to get ideas. And then once you have that creation in your mind, then you can start taking action. And that's where the male aspect comes in, the doer. That's why it's like a dynamic duo of male and female. The female is imagining and nurturing and all those things, and the male is a doer. They do things. That's how it's supposed to be. And you could switch it. I mean, there's females that there are females that have a masculine. I should not say male. It's like masculine energy. Like me, I'm definitely a doer. I'm definitely a woman. I mean, and I'm a very feminine woman, but I also have a masculine energy to me, because I do things. I build things. I don't have a partner to do these things with, so I imagine, and then I also do those things. So, and that's the whole thing about being balanced. But and then you have then you have the child, then when you unite those two things, the male and the imagination and the feminine, the masculine and the feminine, then you birth an idea. You birth the child, the creation. That's what it is, the creation. So that's how I'm planning on reading these cards. And I don't know how I'm going to say, because if it's a king, I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what to say about, instead of king, I just want a masculine of swords. I don't know. Male of swords, masculine of swords. I might try that out. I am doing this for me, and I really don't want to stay stuck to the whole king, because it's confusing. Because as soon as I hear a king, I think of a male person, and same thing with a queen. I think of a female, but it doesn't have to be like. I mean, a person who's an actual male can be a queen. They can have the queen energy, and there are males like that, and they're very attractive, because they're actually, I think, I don't know, they're very attractive, because to be a male and to be nurturing, that's kind of like a female's dream come true. I don't know. I mean, but I don't know, males are taught that that's not the way to be, or I don't know. But then you have also a lot of creative, also an example I think would be of a male with a female aspect. Female energy is somebody who's like those people who build motorcycles. They have these creations. They build motorcycles that have these cool designs, and also cars. These cars that are custom cars. That's a female aspect. That's a female creation right there, because they're imagining all these things. If they're the ones who are imagining the designs, then they are the ones imagining it in their head or in the ethers or wherever it is. And that's what a female does. The female, or feminine, not female. See, I'm learning. The feminine aspect does create, imagines, dreams, and that's what those males are doing. They're in that feminine energy is what it is. So it has nothing to do with being, what gender you like, or because I mean, I definitely have a masculine aspect to me, but I I'm not interested in females sexually, so. And I'm sure, you know, same thing with those males. They are expressing their feminine energy by imagining. But it seems to me that they don't seem to be. Could be wrong, but they don't seem to be interested in males that way. But it could be whatever, you know, their thing. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to, you know, I know they say king of that, but it's not really. A female could be a king, a woman can be an emperor, and then a male can be an empress too. So, trying to figure that out. But yeah, these tools, and then you know, the thing with the pendulum also. I started watching like tarot card readings, and I thought I'd use a pendulum to figure out the yes or no, because I wasn't clear about things, my intuition. And then I got into that as well, and it took me a while to figure out like how the thing is moving, and you know, where the movement comes from. Yeah, my hand is moving it, so, but it's like the energy in your own body. So you know, we actually have very intelligent bodies, smart bodies. So just trusting the intelligence of my own body, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. But I'm not like I'm not haven't been a tarot card reader for a long time, but the knowledge that I have, I think, is, I mean, if there's anything as living every card of the deck, that would probably be me. So yeah.